Here's a question for everybody. Ouija boards, toy or instrument of extreme horror, and you should never play with one ever? Google predicted that the modern version of the Victorian-era spirit boards will be a sellout this Christmas. The search engine company has confirmed the game is one of the top trending gifts on its price comparison list this year, following the release of the Ouija horror film last month. I'll tell you which side I'm on. It's not a toy, and this is one of the most terrifying things ever. I totally believe that this thing opens some sort of gateway to the spirit world, and you know, there's a Chinese saying, it's easy to invite a spirit, but making it leave is difficult. Apparently, a Catholic priest who specializes in the occult agrees with me. The priest and exorcist who spoke on condition of anonymity told the Sunday Independent that people, especially young people and teenagers who are likely to experiment with Ouija boards on a whim, can be very naive in thinking that they are only contacting the departed souls of loved ones when they attempt to communicate with the dead using the boards. It's like going to some parts of Africa and saying, I'm personally immune to Ebola. But it does leave people open to all kinds of spiritual dangers. People don't intend any spiritual harm by it, but we live in a spiritual realm and you have no way to control what may impinge on you. The priest said evil spirits and even demons will masquerade as departed loved ones as a means of gaining possession, and as a result, people don't realize they can get infected. This, of course, on the basis that you believe that the Ouija board can communicate with the dead. Darren Insel, one of the 3-member team of paranormal investigators known as Paranormal Study and Investigation, or PSI, said he personally wouldn't touch a Ouija board with a barge pole. He said he has witnessed tables walking down the hall on their own with just fingertips touching them. Insel's team, which featured on BBC's Greatest Haunts, employs scientific methods and state-of-the-art technology to determine the natural or paranormal causes of unexplained phenomena. Some of PSI's controlled experiments on groups using Ouija boards confirmed subconscious muscular movements responsible for answering questions put on the board. But he has also interviewed many board users, all of whom have reported very negative experiences during or after the sessions. They include hearing demonic voices, unexplained feelings of anxiety and depression in otherwise mentally healthy people, relationship breakdowns, hearing noises, and seeing objects flung around or moved. I do have a personal story about Ouija boards that I want to share with everybody. In college, I took a class called Parapsychology and Hypnosis. Oh, and by the way, you may not believe me, but I was, and probably even now, a great hypnotist. See, I can feel some of you going, whatever. You may not believe me, but I'm telling you, hypnotism is real, it's powerful. Don't worry, I never used it for evil. So anyway, I took this class, and the class is pretty spooky itself because it talked a lot about demons and past lives and things like that. So after class one day, one of my friends who was in the class with me, he said, hey, let's play with a Ouija board. And I never played with a Ouija board before, so I'm like, yeah, sure, that's not a dumb idea at all. So we got a Ouija board, and we were kind of spooked about playing with it in any one person's dorm room, so we decided to play with it outside. There were 5 of us, and we put our fingers on the little pointy thing, and yeah, it started to move. So again, it was my first time, so I'm thinking, all right, somebody is moving this thing, because it was spelling out stuff. It was spelling out people's names. It was answering questions. We had one of our friends get up, move away from the board, and the rest of us closed our eyes, and she's the only one that could see what was spelling out on the board. And you know what? That bloody thing kept moving and kept spelling out things. We were asking it questions like, oh, how old are you? Are you a good or evil spirit? Nothing crazy happened. We didn't get possessed. None of us died. I don't really remember exactly what we asked that thing. I just remember some of the answers coming back that spooked the crap out of us. After about an hour of this, we were all ready to pee our pants, so we packed up the board, but nobody wanted to take it home with them. So they decided to stash it in my dorm room. This was also over winter break, so the dorm was mostly empty. I was staying for the class, and because I was an RA, so I was basically the only person in the whole dorm building. I know this would be a better story if I told you that my room became possessed and hellhounds were scratching at my door. Okay, nothing like that happened, but that was the only night in my adult life that I slept with the lights on. I remember actually having to turn on Friends episodes so I could like squeeze the creepiness out of my head so I could sleep. Anyway, next day, threw the Ouija board out into the garbage. Never touched one since. And some people are like, oh, it's a toy. It's made by a toy company. Yeah, well, certain creepy, possessed dolls are toys too. And you probably wouldn't want to bring one of them home. Also, I totally believe that because we all have certain amounts of energy, you know, and when that energy kind of comes together between several people, I believe we are able to open some sort of channel. But you know what? It's a two-way channel. I think once you open it, things on the other side can have access to you as well. If you don't think this is creepy, go Google Ouija board scary stories. I guarantee you won't want to buy one. Let me know if you guys think the Ouija board is real or is it just a toy. Also, if you have one, share your creepy Ouija board story on our Facebook page or in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you later.